Hi, my name is Adam Whitmer, and I'm your host here at ComplianceCohort.com. Today's topic is incomplete applications and the notification requirements that go along with those. Now, to understand what an incomplete application is, we first need to ask ourselves, what is a completed application? Well, under Regulation B, a completed application is an application in which a creditor has received all the information that the creditor regularly obtains and considers in evaluating applications for the amount and type of credit requested. So you've asked for everything and you've received that in. So basically for TRID, you've received all your pieces of information, and then you have a completed application. Now, once there is a completed application, then Regulation B has this 30-day clock that starts where the financial institution has to notify the applicant of the credit decision within that 30 days. So that clock starts. Now, Regulation B requires the notice within 30 days after receiving a completed application. That's right out of the rule. Now, an incomplete application, that's what we're really talking about today, occurs when the applicant then fails to provide the needed verification information to make a final credit decision. So once you have that completed application and your 30-day clock starts, what may happen is you might be approaching that 30 days, and in approaching that 30 days, the borrower hasn't cooperated or is unable to get you what you need, and you really don't have enough information to make a credit decision. So the question is, what do we do at this point where we have an incomplete application where we can't make a full credit decision for the applicant? An example might be income documentation. They've told you how much they make, but they have not provided that documentation to prove it, so you can't make that underwriting decision without actually looking at that documentation. Now, there are three notification options, and you really have three options when you have an incomplete application. So the first option, when you have an incomplete application and your 30 days are coming due, what you can do is approve the loan. Now, if you haven't seen their W-2 or tax return, I really doubt you want to do that, but it is a viable option under Regulation B. The second thing is you could deny them. You would deny them for incompleteness. And that is possible, but it's almost like slamming the door in their face and saying, tough luck, when in fact they may be very qualified and may want to do it and have some situations beyond their control. The final option, which I believe is probably the best option for most organizations, will extend your time clock beyond 30 days. And this is called the alternate notice of incompleteness. So that's an alternate notice to a denial or to an approval, and it's the notice of incompleteness. Now, in this notice of incompleteness, if you're going to send this, it must contain a number of things. First of all, it must be written. It must be written and provided to the applicant. Secondly, it must specify the information that is needed by you to make an underwriting decision. Third, it must give the applicant a reasonable period of time to provide the information. A lot of financial institutions do a couple of weeks or a month or two, but it really shouldn't be 2 days when mail's going to take 3. It needs to be a reasonable period of time. Also, the notice must inform the applicant that failure to provide the information will result in no further consideration. So that is the amazing thing about this is that you don't have to do anything further if they don't provide the information. So if they fail to respond within the designated period of time, then there's no further notification requirements. Basically, what you can do is treat it as withdrawn, and you do not have to send an adverse action notice. You don't have to deny them because you sent that notice of incompleteness. That is why a lot of financial institutions use this option. Now, if an applicant responds after the time has expired, you are permitted to force them to send in a new application. You could reopen it, that's up to you, or you can make them send in a new application. Also, if they provide the information in the period of time you've given them, then of course you have to proceed and make a credit decision. So that is our topic for today. I hope you found this beneficial. We have a lot of other videos and articles just like this on our website at compliancecohort.com, so I hope you'll take a few minutes to check that out. Again, my name is Adam Whitmer. I'm your host, and until next time, I hope you have a great day. Thanks a lot.